Hey guys, I just wanted to take a minute. I'm going through your mini Qs that you've worked on so far, and I'm noticing a trend in that you're not understanding what this mini Q is asking. I know you're used to the DBQs in your history classes. This is not a history DBQ. This is a literature ELA MiniQ. Now what that means is you're not talking about the history and the facts. You are talking about how something is written. So what this question means is, how does one say the unspeakable? It's asking what techniques does the author use, or do the authors use in this case, because there are 4 different documents, to show what happened in the Holocaust and have us understand it through reading it. I'm getting answers in the buckets that are just talking about like Nazis. That has nothing to do with how something was written. This is a literary analysis essay. And what that means is you are analyzing, you are breaking down how something was written. And in this case, how was it written in a way that shows the reader the horrors of the Holocaust. So if you notice, when you go through each of your documents, it's asking straightforward questions about the document, but it's also asking, like, what is the effect on the reader of this repetition? Explain. That is a higher level question. You're not going to just be answering recall questions. Remember, we've talked about Bloom's taxonomy and depth of knowledge. This is a higher level question because it's asking you to analyze what this actual text does to the reader. Then it makes you think about, okay, so what's repeated? Obviously, it's never shall I forget. And this one is the what's repeated 3 times. And if you look back up here, it's actually the word night. Now, of course, night in this sense is metaphorical as well as literal. But since it's the word night, it's talking about, okay, so this is his memoir. This is what it's called. What does night symbolize? This isn't something that you're going to get from that document. You need to think about it. So when you get to the actual bucketing, oops, I went the wrong way. When you get to the actual essay builder and the bucketing, these buckets should not say anything about the history of the Holocaust. These buckets should be telling you, or telling me what techniques the authors used. So these are my recommendations. I would say repetition. I would say word choice. And I would use images, or you can use imagery. These are literary techniques. Notice that has nothing to do with the straightforward history of the Holocaust. So this fills this in here, you can see. So the writers of the Holocaust say the unspeakable by using repetition, word choice, and imagery. None of this has to do with the history of the Holocaust. This is talking about how something is written. And that is what your focus is on in this essay. So make sure you're going back and looking at how things are written, not just what it's being written about, because that is the focus of this essay. I hope you guys are doing well.